Cedric Maxwell podcast. I got Josue on my left and Max on my right, and somehow they invited me in here to talk hoops. And so we're here, guys. Max, you down in North Carolina. What's going on down there? Weather good?
Weather is fantastic. You know, everybody's excited down here about, the Hornets. They're really excited about them. They're excited also about the Panthers, their football team. So, this is a sports city. They got a game.
I never knew that.
Oh, they got a game which is coming here sometime in August. It's going to be Clemson and Georgia are playing here in Charlotte. So, man, I can't even imagine, the price of the ticket or the price of the place to stay.
Is it going to happen, Josue? Yeah. I mean, with COVID the way it is right now, is it even going to? Are we looking at?
But don't let Max get you sucked into the Charlotte sports life and all that. He can keep talking on and on. But I mean, to his credit, though, yeah, I'm sure they're a bit more excited this offseason compared to other ones.
But Josue, you don't want to give Gordon Hayward no love anyway. So I
think
that's what it kind of boils down to.
What do you mean?
Yeah, just like you don't want to get there's one guy that we have not talked about, which we need to talk about eventually, and to think about how he put us in the right line, but we weren't following Jay Crowder.
You're not gonna say that I should have, could have put the thing with Gordon Hayward right now, are you?
Jay Crowder came through like a bandit. All the fans and Celtic fans wanted, Gordon Hayward. And what was Jay Crowder saying? You already have me. Jay Crowder in the last 2 years has been to the finals.
Max, I got to tell you, Josue and I covering that team. I'm going, Jay Crowder, I can't take any more between the tweets, the nonsense, and the mumbling, because he mumbles on purpose. And here, I wish we had Celtics had Jay Crowder right now. That's who they need. They need a Jay Crowder type character. Yeah.
Well,
remember that way?
They might get a handful of former Celtics players. How do you feel about that, Max? We're talking about the Isaiah Thomas report. We're talking about Avery Bradley was mentioned in another report. Kelly Olynyk, well, I guess that one's gone now because he's already decided.
He's the one I would have liked.
Which one are you digging this? How do you feel about this? About potentially bringing back another former player?
The one that would be more interesting to me probably would be Avery Bradley.
Me too.
Because he defends and he shoots the three.
Yep.
So I think he would be the guy that ultimately, if you think of point guard, now the thing he doesn't do, he doesn't handle the ball. So he's a primary two guard, and he can shoot the jump shot. And we've seen him defend so many. Think of his highlight play. His highlight play happened to be, when he went up and D Wade went up or the easy little hook around the basket, and Avery Bradley was all over it. I mean, that was a highlight of highlights defensively. So
Avery Bradley
he brings to the table.
We were talking about this yesterday, Josue. I think I was with you or somebody. Nobody shoots the corners on the Celtics since Ray Allen and Avery Bradley. So, though he may not handle the ball, he could shoot the corners, and there's more movement because that dude's always moving. He doesn't stand around behind the three-point line. I love the thought of Avery Bradley. So does my guy.
You talk about him struggling with the handle, but he can move that rock though, and that's what this team needs. And they also, of course, need another guard. Like let's face it, that's got to happen one way or another for sure. And I don't mind Avery Bradley, but it's interesting because a lot of these Celtics fans that they want to hear one of these bigger names, right? And a lot of them are off the board right now when it comes to the free agency list. So how do you feel about that? Are you somewhat disappointed that the Celtics didn't go out and get some of the other names that were mentioned?
No, not really. Man, I'm not. I thinking about it. I'd rather instead of just going out throwing money to the wind, have a plan.
What is the plan?
That seems like what Brad has is a plan.
There's a plan
that we're going to play with Tatum and Brown, and we're going to play with them this year and see how good they can be, and then we're going to add pieces as they progress. Exactly. And I like that idea of really.
We're not going to make it easy for these guys.
Don't make it easy for them. If you don't make a blockbuster deal for a Karl Anthony Towns, you're still essentially in the same spot if you went out and traded away Brown to go out and get Bradley Beal. So I actually like what they're doing. Essentially, most Celtic fans are saying, Brad is just sitting on his hands right now. I think Brad has a plan.
Yeah, I agree.
I
with
hope
that.
so. I mean, because Josue, you said it yesterday too. It's like it's time now to kind of take the diaper off of. I don't mean that demeaningly, but like take the cut the umbilical cord with Brown and Tatum. Let them work hard. Let them show some fire again. And I think maybe that would do it. If that's the plan, I'm all for it. I can't make an appraisal if no one tells us the plan.
Right, and I'm looking at this thing differently now because I almost like the fact that they got that first round knockout. Right, I mean they didn't have much of a chance. They won a game, and that significant performance from Jason Tatum. A little bit on that in 1 second. I'll get back to that in a second. But it puts them in a situation where it's like, okay, how badly do you guys want it? Like how can you guys gonna figure this out? Right, you got a new voice now in Ime Udoka, who comes from the school of Popovich. Like let's see this team build this from the ground up, so to speak. Right. No other big names. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown are the ones clearly guiding this. There isn't a veteran in Kemba Walker who sort of, was obviously a leader in his own right. But, having that influence out of the picture now, it really forces these two to put their big boy pants on. And I like that. Let's see them develop and blossom into, but we know that how good they are already, but let's see how good they can make this team, what kind of leaders they can be. This puts them in a really good spot here. I like this challenge.
Well, here's the thing I truly believe is that I would rather Brad to do this than to go out and get the Geritol team. I'm just not.
We know.
What?
There's one out there right now. Looks like
I mean that LA Laker team. I mean, if you're going back to the 90s, you're going back to 10 years ago, that team is a juggernaut. But what you have now with some of these pieces, and they're going to run around trying to guard these guys from the outside, like a Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, them moving the basketball. Those dinosaurs, they're going to have some problems. And this is just, I truly believe it. I think they're going to have.
Do you like that, Max? Does that make you so happy that the Lakers have problems? Is that like a good thing?
Of course, Max.
If I had a cigar, I would show you exactly. Because I don't want them to fuck with my seed. No, don't my seed.
There it is, baby. I want to get to the Lakers.
Oh man,
but I want to come back.
I can't believe you're on that, Max. So what you're on the you're calling them the AARP Lakers? You're on that boat?
They got the cards. What do you think?
Look at that team.
What? Okay, let's go with it then. Trevor Ariza?
I didn't even know he was still playing. He's got to be 40.
I mean, we're talking about.
We can start from the bottom.
Dwight Howard. I mean, come on. Here's a question I'll ask you, Josue, because you've been there before, and I'll ask Nick also.
The super team.
I'm looking at that roster, and I look at maybe 5 or 6 guys who are really getting paid. But then I look at all these other veterans.
They're paying to play.
$1.5 million. How do you live that way as a professional basketball player in Los Angeles? How does that work?
Because it's about the brand now, Max. Come on, man.
But wait a minute.
I'm talking about
brand.
I'm talking about living.
Brand. Okay, this is good for the mellow brand.
I'm talking about living, bro. I'm talking about living.
I'm talking about legacies. These guys care about legacies, man. Carmelo Anthony, he's not one of these new school
Ask
cats,
Antoine
man.
If he cares about
he's
legacies.
He's an old soul. He cares about legacies. He wants that ring. And he don't care if he's the 4th, 5th, 6th option to get it. Like at this stage in his career, he'll take it.
I'm going to sideways you guys right now. I agree. I'm with you. I think it's going to be a hot mess. We always say there's not enough ball to go around. I think in this equation, there's not enough oxygen and cameras because they all love the camera. But in my mind, if it wasn't the Lakers, I want that team to win. Root for them.
I think this is a great team. This is a team that's gonna make Max eat those words in a few months.
I wanted to stop and I want to record this because I want you to make sure. Okay, they're going to eat
I'm
my.
not calling them a championship team though. I think Brooklyn's scarier. I still think a healthy Brooklyn Nets team is scarier than the Lakers.
Well, I understand that, but I just want to hear you say that again about the Lakers. You're saying to me right now today that the Los Angeles Lakers are going to make me eat my word. And I don't want to hear you say this crap about this shit later on about somebody got hurt. I don't want to.
Because I've been down this road before with Max.
I don't want to hear you tell me nothing about street clothes.
Hold on. Let me clarify though. If they don't win the championship, but they get to the finals, that's what I meant. You know, because Max will do this. This is the classic Max move, right?
I know what you're gonna say.
And then they won't win the championship, and Max will be like, "What now, bro? What now? I told you." And I'll be like, "No, you said it was gonna be a mess.
Repeat after me, bro.
Finals is not a hot mess, okay? So I want to put that in there. That clause.
Let me ask you this,
clause in there. All right, this is recorded. We'll remember this.
We will forget it in 5 minutes.
The first week of August, right? Free agency week, okay?
Let me ask this. What's the motivation, Max, behind this? Is this LeBron just needing to be back in the spotlight? I mean, I'm trying to figure out what is the motivation to bring in these archaic players because they don't even play the style of basketball that's played today.
I think that I look at it this way. I think that the Lakers are grasping for straws right now. And here's the big thing. They are trying to win now with LeBron because they know that window of opportunity is if it ain't closed already, it's damn near closed. So that is what they're trying to do. They're trying to win now. So they're gravitating towards any straw that they can get. But I don't really think they've thought this thing out because we look at Westbrook, he is ball dominant. We look at LeBron, he is ball dominant. Now Westbrook can get assists or whatever it is, but then the problem that Lakers had last year was the fact that they did not have any great three-point shooters.
They still don't.
Have they addressed that issue? Josue.
Kendrick Nunn, the 28-year-old.
That's the best you got?
He took a pay cut.
Whoa.
They all took pay cuts.
That's the best. That's the best you got.
JJ's on the way. Okay, come on. You know JJ's on the way. All right.
Redick?
Shit, I wouldn't be shocked if Jamal Crawford is on the way. Come
They're
on, man.
100, dude. Bring
this
Larry
is LeBron
Bird
James we're talking about, Max. This isn't the final team. LeBron's got. So
they're going to add more senior citizens?
He's a popular guy, and people like to win championships. So somebody will call. Somebody's going to call.
If they'll come rolling up. They'll come rolling up. I know.
They're going to pull up.
I don't see them. I just see them a lot of issues which are going to happen. Because, one, you got a lot of egos there, too.
Oh,
and
most of all time,
that I just believe in my heart, that if you have Westbrook, he is sensational as a basketball player. But every place he's been, that doesn't equate to necessarily winning. I mean, you remember this? How about this thing when they put Westbrook and Harden together?
Mm-hmm.
And they loved each other. Oh my God, this is gonna be the best thing.
Nice,
and that how'd that work out?
It's fourth time's a charm, man. You know that.
Fourth time. Oh, we want four now. Oh, okay. All right.
And Dwight,
it's 4 now. It's 2021. It's 4. So they got 4.
So let me ask you something. When
he's on his last life, though. This is it. This is his last life.
When the youngest part of their core, Anthony Davis, gets injured and they go to their reserve, who's 42, and Dwight Howard, how long before he gets injured? Like, that's just what I don't understand. They're building a Hall of Fame team. If it wasn't the Lakers, I swear to you, I'd root for them because it's the kind of basketball I would prefer to watch than this shit that we watch today.
Well, if it wasn't Russell Westbrook, they were going to find out another guy, another target.
Should have been, I think.
I think at the end of the day, it's because they know that they're one Anthony Davis injury away from this whole thing collapsing. They're still at that, at this rate.
Thank God he's not here.
But they're trying to position them. They're trying to position this team for the next 3-4 years to have at least another guy, which is obviously Russell Westbrook now, to assist LeBron. See, what Max doesn't realize, or I guess he doesn't.
Okay, thank you. Let me go on with that. This is how
I like this.
Hold on, Josue. Let me do my ear like this so I can hear.
I think you're ignoring the fact that LeBron James is the Tom Brady of the NBA. Like that. I think
what?
No, he's the Tom Brady of the NBA.
Okay, yeah, I
in
got
terms
that.
In terms of longevity, like you think he's got 2-3 years left. Like he's gonna stretch this thing out, man. Like he's got.
And let him. He's gonna ruin his legacy.
With these two running mates, yeah, he's got 2-3 year window here, and we'll see what happens after that. But beyond, I can't even speak on that because in terms of his decline, sure, he'll decline in a couple of years.
He's already declined.
Thank you.
At least 2
solid years. You don't see a
decline
decline
to give this a go.
Josue, you don't see a decline?
Not a significant one.
What?
Well, his ability to come back from injuries has been very bad. Everybody says load management. I think a lot of that is
triple doubles, putting up 20 plus a game. That's not
20 plus a game. Listen, man. I mean, like, I get that. I get it. 20 plus a game, but he can't defend like he used to.
We saw Kobe's significant decline. Put it that way. What was Kobe's significant decline? 16, 17 a night.
No, I think it was when he hurt the Achilles. I mean,
his percentage. Well, yeah, obviously, but that's what I'm talking about. He's not at that stage, nor does he need to, get an Achilles injury to be at that stage. But we know when you start seeing the signs of a superstar that's at that stage.
I think he's there. I think you're seeing him post up a lot more. He's doing a lot less spread.
He is playing, and I want you to hear this from me, Joe.
Adapting.
I want you to hear this from me. What he's playing right now is I want you to go to your local park, find a guy out there who's about 35, and you watch how he plays against these young guys. Old man basketball. Boom, ba-da-dum, boom, ba-da-boom, boom, ba-da-dum.
Bully ball.
And
Bully
then
ball.
turn around. Here's the thing that's crazy.
I'm on the other end of that.
How many times did we see LeBron James get the shot block last year when he did that?
It's true.
A few times.
Okay, I didn't think I heard you. Okay.
Hold on, but Max,
I know you don't want to.
This is
interesting
because
we'll go this for
one at a time.
You've yet to mention a single Western Conference team that can knock these guys off in a best of 7. Like,
what?
I'm waiting for it.
What?
He already did this
Who's
past
knocking
year.
off the Lakers?
Didn't you listen to the Warriors?
Phoenix? How about Phoenix? Phoenix, the Warriors, Utah, Denver. Where you want me to stop?
Denver.
You got Denver.
I hate to agree with them, Sway.
Denver.
How did they look against the Suns?
Denver can do it.
I'll take the Suns
Phoenix
before you
could
talk
do
about
it.
the Nuggets.
Phoenix can do it.
Phoenix, listen, if you're going to go get an old man playing point guard, put Chris Paul over there. Why did they go with?
See, that's I'll put my money on the significant decline on the Chris Paul year this upcoming season over
I put it
LeBron.
on Kevin Durant. How's that?
I'll put my money on that. I'll put all my chips on that one. If we're talking about declines, out of those two, Chris Paul going to be a significant decline.
Westbrook or Chris Paul, I would agree with you. LeBron or Chris Paul, I think Chris Paul plays the same deliberate game he played when he was younger. Yeah. I mean, I really do. It's always been an intelligent.
No, I'm talking about for this upcoming season. Oh no, this past year he was still killing it. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about this upcoming season. We'll see a significant decline.
Okay, well, all you do, Josue, is push your chips in, buddy. That's all. Somebody just called you. Will you push your damn chips in?
Are they purple chips or orange chips? Because
the Warriors
there is a difference.
The Warriors are interesting one.
The Warriors.
Josue, I tell you what, do like they do when they have when you're playing Texas Hold'em. Say all in, okay? All in. I'm all in.
So Josue, while you're making bets, where do the Celtics land on that Eastern Conference right now with this current team?
Back-to-back playing tournaments.
Are they continuing the playing bullshit? Is that staying?
Oh yeah,
I like it. I like it. The playing. It's like when you were playing, Max, like the 3-game.
Yeah.
The mini series. I like it. Well, you think the Celtics are a playing team then, and you think they're going to get out of the.
Right now, I mean, I think I appreciate the Inez Cancer signing more than most people do.
More than Ennis. Did you see Ennis? He didn't want to come here.
They're still fighting for a playoff spot, in my opinion. Right now, the way the roster looks, they're still fighting for playoffs.
I wanna back up just a little bit, and I want everybody to, first of all, put the subscribe button, to make sure you get all this context and all this good information. But here's a question I would love for our listeners to dive into, because I hit you with this the other day. Is LeBron James now still one of the top 5 players in the league if you take in age?
Pretend it's the All-Star game. Are you picking LeBron in your 5?
No.
Me either.
No. He's right outside.
Outside what?
He's
outside the top 5.
He's
outside the top 5.
Is he number 6 then? Where you at?
I think so. Go ahead, do the list. You got the list. We went through this.
Yeah, I believe it too. I mean, I think it's a great question. I've used that question with everybody who will talk hoops, because it makes you think. Because it's hard to say LeBron's not there, but he's not. I mean, it's easy to name 5.
When you think about the Lucas and who else did you mention? Anthony Davis, even.
Oh my God!
Giannis,
Giannis,
Durant. I mean,
Durant, Jokic,
even the guy they just gave $230 million to up in Golden State. I think I would probably end up going that way.
I don't know. I think I still go LeBron on that one.
Durant, you're going.
Here's the thing.
Durant for sure. Durant was the first.
Let me say my piece here.
Or one of them.
I don't hear anybody on our lists though that have a pulse besides LeBron. Who's a killer? Who's a killer on that list?
They're going to play one. The U.S. is going to see one now. Luka Doncic.
All right, I'll give you that.
Oh, no,
killer.
Who else?
Killer.
Nah, they just lost.
Durant is a killer.
I don't find him to be.
The guy who just said, "No, I don't want 49. I don't want 51. I want 50. 50-piece meal."
How to say it, Max?
Yeah, there's some killers out there.
How to say 50 though? How to say 50?
We just found out that there's one more in line there. Is his buddy in crime, Middleton. Middleton was a stone cold
he has
killer.
always been a stone cold killer to the Celtics.
Yeah, but Durant was knocked out that whole team by himself, man. He almost.
And you know what? I will. Here's my hot take. I'm going to go again with this. I keep saying it, but Durant, it's over. Durant's over.
Durant's over. Over what?
He's going to start by the All-Star break. There'll be injury after injury to that other leg. And it's going to continue. And he's never going to be mobile like that again.
It's because he's in Tokyo, he's saying this.
What'd you say?
You're just saying this because he's in Tokyo. That's the only reason. I don't think so. I don't buy it.
Why? Because he's not here to beat me up?
No, probably.
No, yes, I mean, listen. I mean, he played the most out of the whole group, right?
You think he's doing the most by going to Tokyo after
and he played the most out of the other two wimps. He played the most. So you're looking at a guy who come back. He played, 70 games or 60 games. Then he goes over to Tokyo. He's got no time off, and he's 31.
You know what? I'll give you that. And I think that as much as we want to talk about the Olympics, I think it was a bad mistake for some of those guys to go over after having the season that they did.
2 seasons.
I just believe that I've always said this, and you guys have heard me say this before. Either you rest your body or your body's going to rest you. So in that vein, what Nick is talking about now, injuries will be coming, and we're not wishing bad luck, but
no.
It's impossible to go from one season to the other to this and that and fly to Tokyo, then fly back home. They're already right now telling us I'm already going to do a summer league game here on Tuesday. So you think about it. If you got a summer league game, what's after that? The season can't be no more than a month.
Oh, dude, you know that. The training camp is in September. It's 3 weeks away. The media day's in September. If there is one, we're still doing Zoom in the Celtics. I don't even know what the hell's going on. But I totally.
Yeah, the turnover is still kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm. I share that opinion. I mean, and it's not being unpatriotic or dismissing them because they're. I'm glad they're representing our country. And it looks like they may pull out the gold, and I'll be happily eat crow if they do. But looking at history and that injury on his type of player, that's going to be a tough one, man. With no rest, that other knee.
I'll be the first one to say that I didn't expect him at all to play the way he did this.
I did.
That was incredible. You did? He didn't miss a beat.
Dominique did. It was the same scenario. I'm giving you the Dominique Wilkins scenario, so we'll see if it happens. That's what happened to him. He came back and he career highs in everything.
And then the following year, it was a wrap.
Career highs until the All-Star break. Then he tore his ACL, and then on the other knee, and then it was just downhill from there. Then the Celtics took him, and we got excited for 5 minutes, thinking we got Nick.
I'll tell you one thing though. Yeah,
I was like, we got like.
I appreciate the quick Celtics history lesson though. I appreciate that, but no, I'll tell you one thing though. This is great for the lower tier, if you will, Celtics roster, right? Because they're gonna finally get this training camp in, finally get summer league in, all that good stuff. Romeo Langford is back. This is the best summer he's had in 3 years. Like he's pumped. He's not healing or he's not going through a surgery for the first time this summer.
Here's a question. Let me ask you this: have you actually seen him play?
A little bit.
A little bit like what? Like
50 games?
warming up,
50
shooting.
games.
What did you
Max,
see?
have you seen Yam Mater play? Because he's on the roster. Have you seen him play? You looked at highlights.
Yo, Max,
do
you
you
better
think?
stop making those
Look at
faces. You're gonna be calling these guys.
You're gonna be
Watch
stuck
Max
that
every week.
way.
Watching Max, he's gonna be quacking away when
Look
Neesmith
at-
hits back-to-back threes.
Man, I'm gonna look at that
Back-to-back
dude
threes.
right there, man. Oh, that's nice. Nice play.
No,
Now, I
he
don't
was
know
so
his
annoyed.
name, but
He
that's
goes
how
like this to me. Have you seen him play? I've seen some highlights, Max.
You know
He's all
Romeo.
right. He's pretty
Come on,
good.
man.
He goes, I'll be right back. Hangs up, calls back in 10 minutes. Like, don't ever make me look at highlights of this guy again. Please. Please. You're killing me. It's the off season. I'm like, he wasn't that bad. But the fans love him. The fans love him. I mean, I just wonder. Again,
We're gonna walk Max
fans
through it.
love who right now, Nick?
Yam. They love Yam because of his name, Max. It's like a scout.
Well, it's Yam, first of all.
No, I like Yam.
But Celtics fans they're gonna go with the Yam thing. Watch, you're gonna see the
I watched
Yam,
the highlights.
potatoes. Hey, Max, you can make them.
Nick had me watching these highlights, and I'm thinking like, okay, this kid must be about 6'8", 6'9".
No, he's a
I
point
looked
guard.
at it, he's like about 6'1". I'm like,
what you think
what
Penny Hardaway?
what the hell you got me looking at? He isn't as ready as Peyton Pritchard.
Oh no, but I haven't seen a no-name rookie come in as ready as Peyton has come in a long time. Maybe Hero.
That's another one. He gets a full training camp. He gets a full summer league. This is good. This is good for those guys.
This is really good. You know, he could emerge as the starting point guard.
He could
in the following season.
I mean, he's gonna get plenty of minutes on this roster, at least the way it looks right now.
Max, you can have a long. Actually, you are too, Josue. I don't even have to do post-game shows anymore. It don't matter to me. It's going to be a long season for you guys.
Well, if in fact I think that what we have to talk about is, do you guys think we're going to be on the road? Because both of you last year, I said, hold your horses a minute, just relax. Nick said, I guarantee you, 100% you guys are going to be on the road broadcasting. You talk to Nick this week, and Nick goes, 100%, you're not going to be. They're not going to let you in the arena. I mean,
I'll be honest,
like night and day.
We're sending 2 people to Summer League, and I'm not all for it, to be honest. The travel.
I'm doing the Summer League game at the television studio.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about.
No, I'm just saying you're talking about the Summer League games. I'm just saying, what's the significance of the Summer League game if somebody has you doing it in the studio?
Nothing. Well, people will watch, I think.
Now, should I be advertising the other way since I'm going to be?
Yes. Yeah.
Should I be like,
that's what he's talking about.
What are you watching this for? Oh, okay, guys. Hey, this is going to be mesmerizing. You got to stay with it because, first of all, I got to find out who the
players. You're going to be Johnny Most.
Let's start that.
Johnny Most. You're not going to know any of the names. Uperdovich. You're going to be calling them. Not knowing.
There's a bad guy. Over to the little guy. Then to the other guy wearing a black shirt. And then this guy, that guy was left-handed.
So let me ask you this, Max. Back to the Lakers. We're bouncing all over here. We're bouncing.
If you know the player's wearing something crazy, Max gonna call him after that crazy thing the whole game.
No question. Mm-hmm. The guy with the hair, headband guy. Yeah. Knee socks.
No, head wrap.
He'll know all the Celtics. It depends on who are the Celtics playing, Max.
I mean, I think right now you're giving me a little bit too much credit to think that I'm going to know all the Celtics right now.
Well, it's the bench.
No. How about the guys we drafted?
We didn't. One, I think, right?
Well, I mean, or the guy who's coming, like you say, Yam. Yam is coming over. I don't know who Yam is.
Okay, Max, I'll give you one. He's the only white guy. Him and Pritchard are the only 2 white guys. You can't screw that one.
Oh, that's
Pritchard.
That'll be good. I said one white guy over to the other white guy. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Oh, that'd be great. I would love that.
That'll introduce me to the audience.
Nick, you put Max on blast right now.
Max, I'm killing you
Max
here.
is joking. Max knows those plays.
Max, do you know who they're playing against?
Absolutely not.
Next topic, Nick. Damn it.
Look,
we can't have Nick moderate anymore.
It's a known fact that I'm going to go into this game. I'm going in blind.
Of course,
but
you usually
I've been
do.
around enough basketball that I can broadcast a basketball game and learn on the fly of who I need to focus on. And we're going to probably be focusing for the Celtics. Summer League games are about one group of guys, and it's the small forwards, or really, I would think the guards, because it's a guard-oriented league during the summer because everybody just wants to pull up and take threes. The big men in the summer league might as well be maitre d's because they're not doing anything but carrying somebody's damn drink around. That's it.
Max, the Celtics don't have any big men. The tallest guy is 6'8". Who is the tallest guy? Nick, Taco.
Yeah, Nick, Taco's not going. Way to bring it up. Way to kick him while he's down.
Is Taco going?
No, he's not going.
That I don't know.
They could put him in the roster last minute, but he's not. As of right now.
Why wouldn't they send him? Wouldn't that make sense to send him?
He's a free agent.
Is he a free agent?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Does anyone care? I mean, I like him. I mean, he's good to have around the team and everything. Nice guy, very smart. Yeah. That was real. I got to edit that out.
Yeah, you took that out.
That he's smart.
Well, he's very, very smart. I mean, he is very smart.
He's intellectually.
He speaks 4 languages or something.
Do we feel
like he speaks very well
when it comes to Marcus Smart? Will he be back, or will he finish
for $80 million?
Finish the season in a Celtic uniform? Josue, what do you think?
I'm not sure, Max, but the fact that there's a report out that he's putting it out there that he's seeking $80 million for 4 years. And he knows the situation the Celtics are in right now, and he wants that extension right now. That might be the writing on the wall, Max. I don't know. How do you call it? How do you see it? That might be his way of saying, "Hey, I'm out. If you don't want to put me part of your future, then send me out my way right now."
Everybody
I got a contract to play for.
Everybody in this league wants to get paid,
except the Lakers.
And he's no different than anybody else, especially a young upcoming player.
He deserves it
right now.
They want to establish themselves. Like Carmelo made reportedly $260 million since he's been in the NBA.
I get that, Max, but why got to be right now?
Marcus Smart is looking for another payday.
I think.
Why now? Why does it have to be? Why does the extension have to be now? Like, why put this out there now?
He did this last time, Josue. Remember? He strung Danny out.
No, I get that, but this time is different because the money situation is different. You know, he knows the objective right now. He knows that these guys. So the way I see it is he knows, or he's thinking to himself, if I'm not part of your future here, don't just dangle me out here for a season, me running the point when it's not intentional to be your full-time plan or long-term plan.
I think he deserves to say that.
I think he does too. But my point is, if he's saying that and the Celtics are clearly going another direction and trying to save money, then what's the end game here? You either trade him or you're going to watch him walk.
The end game here is this. The Celtics don't have to be in a hurry to trade Marcus Smart.
No.
This Marcus Smart, the pressure is on him. The Marcus Smart is essentially a lame duck right now, going into his last year, just like a president. He's a lame duck going into this thing until he gets some kind of extension. So
more than ever, because
I don't think the Celtics, I don't think Brad, I don't think anybody has to panic because you have to play out this season to get to the next contract.
They need him right now. They don't need his skill. They need his attitude.
They need his skill. They need his skill.
Well, they need his skill.
Right now, he is your best point guard right now.
I know, but that's got to change. That has to change.
Yeah, but I don't hate that, Nick. I don't hate that. I want him to be the point guard of this team. I want him to guide this team, especially the roster the way it is right now. But my thing is, I get where Marcus's head is at. He's like, look, if I'm not part of your long-term plans and I'm just a temporary fix to get you to Bradley Beal or to get you off the books, and then trade me now. I don't want to be in this situation. I don't want to be here if you don't want to have me around beyond next year.
Let's talk about it for a minute. I mean, you got two pretty piped in people who have two conflicting reports. I mean, they're absolutely polar opposite about the same person. One of them has to probably be true. So if the one that Jared Weiss said is true, which is his teammates resented him because of him and Brad's relationship, then I don't think Marcus.
Well, hey, let me back up with that.
He took the bait so well.
Yeah, please back up with that. What would his teammates? Why would his teammates be mad with him about the relationship he has with Brad, if in fact you're hearing this confrontational?
Well, it was reported, and the reason I think would be that Marcus. There were times where Marcus was calling the plays in the huddle. I mean, like Brad wasn't even there. I think they resented him because he held them accountable, the players.
That's nothing to resent a guy about, because
Max, but
accountable.
But Max, did you like? I know there was no Twitter. Like, were you in the Boston Globe every day, digging in deep on what everybody's saying about Cedric Maxwell with the magnifying glass?
But
these guys are. So
I think about Cedric Maxwell could give a rat's ass.
I know
right now about somebody talking about him in that.
Well, what did you care about? Winning and getting paid.
About winning. I cared about winning. At the end of the day, winning is going to cure all. And
right.
This team now, I think there's some pieces, and they have some great pieces. I think the coach is going to be a really good coach. I'm curious to see how he's going to coach these guys. So I like the prospects of this team. And like I said, Max, I like them because this team can grow. I don't see them. I don't see them like LA, like the Lakers. Like, okay, we are experimenting and we're putting all this stuff together and we're seeing if we can come up with a good team. I don't like that.
Might as well bring Magic and Word back.
Probably.
Remember right after what was it? After Jeff T was traded, and there were
he won a championship.
The Fournier trade, yeah, and he went on and won a championship. But like there was that report that oh no, don't go to the someone told Blake Griffin, don't go to the Celtics. They're a mess over there. The locker room's a mess. I'm like,
this is Kemba.
I almost feel like this is the same source that's saying like, oh, Marcus Smart is the root of that.
It is the same source. It is.
Yeah, but if that's the case, well, yeah, because I guess both reports. Wait, did the first one come from Jared too as well?
Well, the first one was Jared. The second was Mannix. The second doesn't make sense.
Well, the second one, see, the Mannix one is interesting because I feel like many people have different opinions about this team. So it doesn't shock me, but
tell the listeners the Mannix report. Josue.
What matters most is how close to the situation, how close to the team was this source, But it doesn't shock me. That's just one man's opinion, or I guess a couple sources.
I mean, I think you guys should, if you want to be into the Bleacher Report.
What Bleacher Report?
What?
What Bleacher Report?
The one that Josue is on.
The Garden Report.
Yeah, Bleacher Garden. All in one vein.
Marcus was watching.
Are you talking about the marketing? We getting that.
And here's the thing.
You trying to quiet me down here, Max? You telling me
No.
Relax? Big Marcus might be watching.
It's really funny because I'm not going to get into that story. But the point, Big Marcus might be watching. Now, listen, for me, if I know that the Celtics are in it's a bridge year and it's a holding pattern, I will enjoy this season forever because I won't have expectations. But I still, Josue, you said it yesterday. You got two superstar duo that don't seem to, at least in front of cameras, you don't see them interacting very much. And I don't understand why we need so much more. You've got the foundation. People should be dying to play in Boston with these two young studs.
Because the team doesn't have an identity, Nick. That's why. The team doesn't have an identity. So people up from the outside are like,
the Lakers
if I join these guys, am I guaranteed a championship? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, they have two rising stars that could easily combine for 60 points a night if they wanted to on any given night. But they were a 500 team last year.
Because they lacked heart.
Is that a true reflection of how talented that team is? Absolutely not. That team was way more talented than a 500 team. Were they a championship team? No, not quite.
They were a force.
The way they would approach the games on a night in and night out basis, it just wasn't the sort of mindset that made you think, okay, these two, they're in unison and they're going to be able to guide this team to its maximal potential.
That is why I am so ready to see the season start and see how the new coach, how he operates. Because Brad's system, I think, worked for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And then it seemed like there was a disconnect from his players to
they stopped running the plays. Yeah.
But I was wholeheartedly endorsed Brad, and I didn't get it firsthand, but when they told me Brad was going to be take Danny's spot, it made perfect sense to me because who would know this team's weaknesses or strengths better than the guy who coached them for all these years?
You think that Brad is doing the negotiating, all the negotiating and all the deals? I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking.
Probably not. I mean, isn't Zarin still there?
Yeah, and I think that's a leak. I think that some of the stories are there. So that might be the bleacher report.
I don't see Brad being the end-all to the be-all while he's there.
What about Austin?
Austin is still in that position, and I don't know.
What are you doing?
Back on camera
with the shoehorn? What are you using?
My back position.
With the shoehorn.
No,
yeah, what is that? What did you use?
Spoon.
It's a spoon, even better.
My back position. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's actually the best thing to use. I used to use fork.
That is gonna be
But the fork sometimes hurts a little bit. The spoon.
How about this?
The spoon gets the spot sometimes.
Oh, that is the best right there. That one is great. Right. But have you ever been walking down? Have you ever been walking down the street and you see a corner of a wall and you get there?
I do it all the time at home. Even
you're like a big bear just scratching your back, going, "Oh, that's the spot right there." Oh.
So what about Kemba in New York? He goes home. You know, this is fashionable now to go home.
Well, I think it is fashionable, but how is it going to work out? Because I think a lot of people right now are going to be looking for cardiac Kemba out of UConn, and the explosive Kemba who was with the Hornets. And I think those days might be gone, considering they're trying to work with with his knee and all those things. And how many games he sat out last year. So I just don't. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think that here's the thing. I believe the Knicks fans are going to give him an opportunity. They're going to give him an opportunity. But if it doesn't work, if it ain't working,
I thought it was just Boston
But
media.
I think they know what they signed up for. I think they know what they signed up for. I think they know what they signed up for. You know, this is a 2-year.
Fans don't know Josue. Fans don't know what Max, they signed up for.
This isn't max money, Kemba, coming in here. Right?
I know it's not max money, but
so
did the Celtics and did you and me and everybody right now, did we know what we signed up for when we got Kyrie?
Kyrie. I did.
Oh, that's a whole.
No, I didn't. I was happy about Kyrie.
That's another episode. But no, I get what you're saying. But my point is, he's not under those same circumstances where it's like, you're one of our top guys, you need to lead it. I don't think they see it that way. I
don't believe that, Josue. I don't believe that. I think
that they see a Kyrie Irving. They see more of a Derrick Rose.
Josue, it's the same thing you're saying when you're talking about bringing back Isaiah Thomas. It's the same thing you're talking about. The magic that he had, could he ever rekindle that magic here in Boston? And you're going, no. It can't be done again.
But this is different, Max. He had a stretch of games where he was averaging 32 points for about 6 weeks.
Okay, Josue, are you going to
I'm not saying that's going to carry over, but what I'm saying is you're going to see more of a Derrick Rose than you'll see of an Isaiah Thomas.
Here's the question I'll ask you again. Are you going to start Kemba?
I don't think you start him. He's not a starter anymore. He's no longer a starter.
Well, listen, he was pissed off about the load
restrictions. If you can't
play back-to-back, he was pissed off about that. I think he's going to want to start. I mean, I don't know. He's obviously left Boston disgruntled.
Well, he's going to average 20.
What if he goes out
to average 25 minutes a game? He can't average starter minutes.
I agree.
I
mean, I agree. It's going to be an interesting year. And I mean, coming off, we never really talked about the finals. I want to talk about it in depth, but it was just great to see two small market teams playing. Did anybody get the ratings at the end?
They just said the ratings were really good.
Good.
But I remember there's somebody who's on with us right now. Oh,
here we go, Josue.
Oh, you just wait until Milwaukee and then Phoenix. Oh, those ratings are going to be shit. That's where they're going to be.
That sounds just like
it was him.
I wasn't rooting
like
for that.
verbatim, word
And I wasn't rooting for that, and I also was not accounting for the fact that how many people quietly dislike LeBron or was glad that LeBron wasn't the guy again in the finals, and I think that had a lot to do with it. I think Giannis being a likable character, being a likable character. I mean, you had Kareem in the building every game, and not the Big O. I mean, it just felt like the NBA again to me. You had Phoenix there. It was always like the underdog team, scrappy. I don't know. It felt great to me, and I only watched highlights. You know, I mean, like Bobby Blanks would give me the lowdown during the game. The next day, I put on the highlights.
I loved it because it was obviously competitive basketball. It was underdogs coming up big, on the big stage. Unfortunately, the team I wanted to win didn't. I was rooting for the Suns. You know, I thought it would be a special moment for.
I am so happy that they kind of didn't win, and I'm not sure why. You know who I really wanted to win?
Chris Paul?
No, Monty Williams.
Oh yeah,
Monty Williams is the one guy that I cheer for to win a championship, and that would be something for me from a heart standpoint that tugs at my heart. This man lost his wife, and it was like on his mind. And when he got there at the end and he was doing that press conference and he was about to break down, he said, I wanted this so bad. That to me, like that crushed me. So he was the one guy I actually was cheering for.
You know, that's great.
Yeah, it gave me goosebumps, man.
It gave me, I got them just now, but like I was.
And then you saw what he did. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
I was gonna say, you saw what he did after the game. He went over to the locker room.
That's traditional. That always happens.
Class act, man. Class act.
Man, Pat Riley did that, and he hated these guys. They always do that.
No, what?
I have a video of Pat Riley congratulating you guys. Don't tell me it didn't happen. You actually were hugged by him.
What?
Yeah. I'll send it to
you. What are you talking about?
Actually, I'll run it over this clip
Nick,
right here.
What are you talking about?
Max, I have it in my phone.
Nick, you always saying you got shit and it's not there, okay? Pat Riley did not come to our locker room like Monty did and spoke and congratulated us. No, he did not. I barely remember. Here's what I barely remember a Laker coming and congratulating us. Now, whereas when they won it in Boston, I actually went in their locker room and congratulated them. Yeah,
I think I have that tape too.
I did, but Pat Riley did not come to our locker room.
Where are we betting on this?
You find it because you always
I will.
King of maybe that wasn't. Okay. Well, yeah. I guess that wasn't right. Yeah. I made a mistake. Yeah.
I'm already looking. Go ahead. You take over for a minute, Josue.
Yeah, please go.
I am.
Go find this thing where you see Pat Riley coming in our locker room. Congratulations.
Nick's go-to line is always, "Don't worry, I'll find it." He never finds it.
No, I just don't. I find it. I forget to circle back. That's usually what it is.
He will never find this because it never happened. I can tell you.
I dreamt this.
Nick has told me things about Nick. This is how Nick good.
Nick probably the Bulls, man.
Nick would tell me things about myself.
That's true.
Tell me something I did, and I'm just like, Nick, that did not happen.
Well, that's the way.
No, I got it. I got it on tape. I got it.
This is true.
Yeah, look on tape and going, oh, well, I guess it didn't happen.
Maybe it was ML Carr.
Maybe a possibility.
I mean, this is what we found. This is on a video.
What'd you find?
I'll find it. Listeners, by the time this is edited, it will be overdubbed. Pat Riley comes into the locker room, shakes hands with Casey Jones, and so does Magic Johnson.
Okay, man, whose locker room?
I don't know if it was a locker room. It was where the trophy presentation was.
Let me just say this. In 1984, Magic Johnson did not come in our locker room. Pat Riley did not come in our locker room.
Well, maybe not the locker room, Max, but where the trophy presentation was. Because
Nick, the trophy presentation was in our locker room.
That's how they did it back then.
He was in the locker room.
Nick, Again, the water bottle.
I need to know when I'm right. What's
the
water
happen. Bottle. Just say that over and over again. Kyrie and the water bottle. Keep saying that.
Can we do the water bottle?
Yo, Max. You see, they're gonna do a 30 for 30 on the Mouse in the Palace. That's gonna be a good one.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Ooh, that
I would watch. We're gonna do
that's what ruined our league, though, because that's what stopped with the physicality.
I'm sure they're gonna get into all that. They're gonna get into.
I can't wait. There's
a
lot of clips that have leaked out on YouTube already from Meta World Peace and a bunch of them.
Right?
Well, I don't know. I might have to show Max. I might have to show him.
Well,
drive to North Carolina.
Nick, how about this? Nick, stick to one thing right now. Find me the piece where Pat Riley came in our locker room in 1984.
I am going to. You need to continue the show.
Yeah, we'll continue the show.
Shine a light on him.
Nick, we'll be here until
Max.
We'll be here until 2030 right now. Where you trying to find that spot?
Max would make you would make for a great detective, yo. Your interrogation game will be on point. Your interrogation
game. Plus,
he
lived it, so it's hard to argue with him. Just like
you'd make people crack. You'd be like, "Where's the other?
He was there.
Where's it at?
He was there. Like I wasn't.
He was slamming his hand on the table. He was, he would do the whole thing. No, he's scared. Oh, he's scared.
You can't handle the truth.
Nick, watch this. Nick, this is what I'll do. If it doesn't fit, you must quit. Johnny Cochran, School of Rhymes.
Johnny Cochran, baby.
Once a week, he would say that he would drop that shit.
And the craziest thing about that was that summer, I happened to go to an event, and of all the people, I'm in the men's locker room, about to go in there, and there was a massage area. Everybody was lounging, and of all people in there, Johnny Cochran. I was like, damn.
Did he recognize you?
This is living history right here.
Did he throw you a cornbread or no?
No, he just,
was that months after the verdict?
They speak, everybody speaks, but it was just most of those guys happened to be Laker fans. I mean, one guy who really showed me love, and that was Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac,
the broadcaster?
Oh, Bernie? No, the comedian. The comedian Bernie Mac.
That's why I don't know.
He gave me the most love, and I think I've told this story before, where it was Muggsy Bogues.
No, you never told this.
Muggsy Bogues had a celebrity tennis and golf tournament down in Puerto Rico, and I was there. Dale Curry was there, and there was a bunch of other people. So Bernie Mac performed, and after the show, all the players went back to see him. So it was Muggsy's event. So Muggsy goes up and says, "Hey, I'm Muggsy. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate that." And Bernie Mac, gracious, thank you guys, for having me. Then Dale Curry's next. Dale Curry walks up and, Mr. Mac, thank you, for coming. You're one of my favorite comedians. I'm number 3. I walk up. Bernie Mac, I extend my hand. I'm about to tell him who I am. He's like, "You know what? You're fucking cornbread. I don't know who the fuck these other guys are." And it was the funniest thing because it was so brutally honest the way he said it. I just about fell on the ground. I died when he said that.
Bro, you were in the biggest rivalry of all time, man. So he was watching.
He was love on top of love.
Oh, and you were one of the antagonists.
I think we should, Nick.
Right, you were a standout.
Josue, I think we should just take Nick out of this broadcast because his head is going to be down trying to find this damn tape that he's never going to find.
It's in my phone, but I have so much.
Bro. You got him sweating, bro. The interrogation gone.
Is that the same tape that you have that they have down in Pennsylvania? Who killed Jimmy Hoffa? Is that it?
I don't have that tape. That was that'll get cut out. I like when he does that to you, Josue. He asks you a question. That's what he does.
He does that a lot. Your interrogation game would be. Oh, you would drop that all the time.
Oh, look, if I was on like 48 hours, the first 48, I'd only need like damn 26. All I would be, I'd break that case in a heartbeat. I'm like, because I would look at some of these dudes like, dude, are you serious? Are you going to actually tell me that? Look, I got your phone number. I got your picture. I got everything about you is right here. And you're telling me what? That you weren't there? Dude, I'd be like this. Who is this? Who the hell is this right here? This is you in the picture, right? And finally
I believe I found it, but I'm gonna have to mute myself.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you found it.
You guys continue.
Max, you would be so matter-of-factly that people would just crack, bro. They would just go, all right, bro, you got me. Damn it. All right, man. Shit. All right. That's Michelle.
Man,
all right, I was with her.
We good, man.
I was with her last night.
Give me the cuffs, man. Just cuff me now.
I'm
good right now. I know.
All right. Damn it.
But I mean, that's essentially how those things go when you think about how teams play and how individuals go back and forth. But I think that's what's going to be so interesting about this upcoming year is that, that the defending champions right now, God knows, and you and I are just dreading this, but our defending NBA champions right now are the Milwaukee Bucks. That's a team, that's a place that you and I have pooped on for many, many years.
And now they're they're on top of the mountain. Man, they're chilling. They're on the mountaintop. I'm happy for Giannis, though. I'm happy for Giannis, man. Yeah. He did it the way that the last 10 years or so we haven't seen players do it, right? And I know you're not big on the super, you don't care if guys win on super teams, all right? But you got to give him credit on this one. Before 1 year ago, he said some people go and they see a brick wall and they go and jump on a super team. I see a brick wall and I run through it. And less than a year later, he won the title. It paid off.
Hey, how about this? Josue, you gave him $250 million. I tell you what, I'll run through that same wall you're talking about. I mean, everybody's like, oh, poor Giannis. He stayed. And oh my God, he was just, are we serious? Are you serious? I mean, again, just take that in account for 1 second. He was given about $250 million, a $250,000. And here's a guy who could not, who couldn't, his mom barely could find food for his family when they were over in Greece. So you're looking at the guy who took a lot of money, and yeah, he took a lot of grief. And I'll give you this. What I'm more proud about is the way he bounced back. Because very, very seldom, and this is a lesson for Ben Simmons, very seldom you see a guy take that much scrutiny the way Giannis has with his free throw shooting and maybe lack of this and lack of that, and still was able to progress and be the player he was. That to me is amazing.
I mean, to be down 2-0 in the first time in the NBA Finals, I don't care who you are, you gotta have a certain amount of mental toughness to power through that. Okay, yeah, you won 2 at your place, but I'll never forget Game 5. Like, for him to take that game, like you put your team in a space where they were not only going into that closeout game confident, but you had that crowd with you. You had the crowd outside of the crowd with you, and you had the majority of a Suns team that had never been in that kind of scenario.
But that was was that Game 5 or Game 6? Which one?
Well, I'm talking about. I was so impressed with the fact that they were able to win that Game 5 because you set the stage for Game 6.
Oh, okay. The game that they the game that they won actually.
Exactly. You set the stage for a no way we can lose matchup.
Yeah.
No way we can lose matchup.
Yeah.
Because Game 5, that's it. I no matter what you say about what the Suns did, they took everything from. They took their soul out of the series from that.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. I think
talk about Drew Holiday coming out with the steal. Booker, and with a chance to close it out in front of his crowd, for him to come from behind and steal that from him, man, that guy played one hell of a series.
And
for those three guys to put it together,
combined for that many points. For him to throw that pass to Giannis, and Giannis to be given the sign and and him blindly throwing it up. And I think that nobody really saw it, but you could see Holiday jumping another time after he passed it. He passed it, and he was jumping for Giannis, trying to get him up to the top. But Giannis was on top of the rim. And Chris Paul, poor Chris Paul, all he was getting was, he was getting them jewels right in his face. That was all that was happening at that time. He was teabagged at that time. I'm sorry to say. He wasn't?
Yeah, a little bit. You got the
A little bit.
A little bit.
Dude, what are you talking about? Did you see the? I know you don't want to admit this, but did you see? Just wait. They were right here. They were right here.
Yeah, he got the cubes right in there. Yeah, he got it right in his face, bro.
Pretend these are right here, just like right here in your face. Hello, somebody.
But somebody else got it.
I just laugh about that. I think that was an amazing play for him to go out and to do that. For Giannis to come back, to take the criticism. I mean, even with that, think about the free throws, the pressure on the free throws. Fans,
what did he do?
Fans had this super fast clock. They had a super fast clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh. No. I'm talking about the fact that he turned it around so that he went, what was it, 15 for 17 or whatever the heck it was? How does that happen, Max? How do you go from being a 50% or 55% shooter from the free throw line and all of a sudden you're shooting damn near 90% in the same series, in the same playoffs?
It's all about what's in here, and it's all about what's in the middle of your waist. At that point, you got the big ones. That's what you got. And if you think about players over your lifetime who have crumbled, I've seen guys who have been superstars who have crumbled in that situation. So for Giannis to step up like that was huge.
All right, Max. Well, let me set you up here. You were in the zone, right?
Yeah.
The team on my back, get you to the promised land, all that good stuff. What's that like? What was that zone like? Is it a space where you just everything's clicking? Does it take a little bit of luck, or is it just you're so focused that nothing else matters and you're almost somewhere else?
It's a feeling that very few people have in life. And if you could buy it and say, I want to go there, if you were selling that, you don't know how, you wouldn't even have a price tag you can put on it, because you are connected not only spiritually, mentally, physically, everything is just,
click.
You know where the ball's going before it goes. You know what's going to happen. It was just scary to be there, and to be there, for me to be there several times in my career.
Right.
That to me is one of those things I look back on, and it's almost like an out-of-body experience. When you think about, you say the world championship is going to be won, and NBA history is going to be on your shoulders tonight. Mm-hmm. You're going to be part of NBA history tonight. And the same thing, you look at Giannis is going to be part of NBA history. Drew Holiday is going to be part of NBA history with that particular play. And even if I know you don't want to admit it, this is going to be part of it too. When you see them things right here in Chris Paul's face, you're going to go, yeah.
Those things.
That's part of it too. I'm sorry.
Like my coach used to say in high school, man, to get us pumped up in the crowd, right before we're about to go back into the game, guys, hey, sack out, all right? Seriously, leave it on the floor. Like, all right, we got you, coach. Damn. Not literally, obviously, but sack out.
I love it. Good. This is what I love because
you had to say. You just explain it. Hey, sack out.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's back here? Who's back?
You know what's really surreal?
What?
Watching the trophy presentation. Watching the trophy presentation while you guys are talking about the exact same game.
Oh yeah. No, did you? Let me ask you something.
Pat Riley entered the room and congratulated Casey Jones.
I ain't see Pat Riley. And you just said Magic was there too, right? Did you say that?
Magic. I thought it was Magic, but
whoa, wait a minute. Didn't you say
you were still on the court?
I know you said that.
I can't lie. I'm a bad liar.
I know you said
that. But I will.
I know you said that, and I don't ever remember seeing Pat Riley in there either.
You see him come over.
That would have made the documentary.
You say you see him what?
You see him come. You guys are all. Red is in the front with the trophy. In the back is KC. You're over here screaming, "Hey, Mom! Hey, Mom!"
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And then he got excited. And then Pat Riley comes in pissed off, leans over and shakes hands with KC and is out. I'll send it to you.
The quickest, in the same way that Magic came in too, right?
See what he's doing, Josue? So maybe I was wrong on the Magic part.
The
but
same
I was
way,
right
same
on the
way
big
Magic
one.
came through in there.
I thought Magic did. Did you go in
that
there in
doesn't even count,
85?
man.
I did.
Did anyone else?
I don't remember anybody else going in. I do remember going in, congratulating them.
You did? And did they? That was like hard.
Yeah, Winston, we realize that Dad is lying right now, but
no,
that's
he's
a
not.
whole other story.
Let me get rid of him. Hang on.
I was gonna say, take him out.
Yep. So Josue, I think that we should end this. I think that we're going to get a chance to see this Laker experience, and I think that you're on record right now saying that it's going to be successful. I'm on the record right now saying this is going to be a train wreck.
I'm with Max.
All right, I like it.
I'm with Max.
But
if it wasn't the Lakers, I'd root for them.
Okay, Nick. So I want to make sure we frame him right now. Let's go to Josue so we can actually hear this.
Do you want me to take everybody else off the screen?
Let's just frame Josue. Okay, let's go with this.
We can do that.
Yeah, frame him. All right, Josue, come on.
What you? Oh, I gotta say it again. I gotta make.
Yeah, you got to say it again because we want to make sure it's crystal. People were talking over you before. I want to hear what you're going to say.
Let it be known that the Los Angeles Lakers, this whole new big three in LA with Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, it is going to be a success. All right. I'm not calling them the champs yet. All right. They're not the 2022 champs yet, but it's going to be a successful run. And I predict them to head to the finals. All right. Yeah. There's no way that this team is going to fail so badly that they don't get as far as the NBA finals. Right?
Okay.
I'll say that much.
That's all. And with that, sports fans, we can close on another segment of the Cedric Maxwell podcast because Josue has put it out there, and we have it documented on tape.
And Pat Riley was in the locker room. Good night, all.
Hi guys, Cedric Maxwell here. I want to take a minute to tell you about Marigold Medical. I'm used to keeping my body in great shape, but with arthritis, even the most simple everyday tasks became unbearable. As soon as I called Marigold Medical, I knew I was in good hands. No drugs, no surgery, just an experienced team of caring professionals that wanted to get me back to doing the things I love. Make the call to Marigold Medical and get back to pain-free life.